That wouldn't work.
صدق هذا يمكن يعزف عليه.
That was
Come on.
nope. That would be
pointless ليش؟
that would
إيه
I poured the turpentine into the paint can.
هل
A paint can hung.
نشوف صارت هاي النقطة.
The hammer produced a promising sound. F sharp.
F sharp. F يعني قصد الشارب انه الديز. ما ادري، ما اعرف اسمها بالانجليزي. عندنا F اللي هو على الخط. مي يعني ماكو. لا F. اوكي يعني هذا F. هسه لقينا الإف، لقينا السي، بقى سي، لقينا الإف، ولقينا شنو هذا، لقينا الجي، ولقينا البي، ولقينا الاي. بقى بس واحد بقى. خلينا نعزف من البداية. اول وحدة سي ما عندنا، لا مو سي، سوري. اول وحدة جي وراها هذا الاف شارب، وراها سول شنو هو؟ جي هذا مو، لا هذا بي، هذا جي.
A. No, that wasn't quite.
جي هذا بي.
G.
ارجع مرة اروح على الجي. اوكي.
F sharp. G.
اوكي وراها بي هذا مو
B. A.
بقت بس وحدة.
G. I had it. It was the tune Dwayne was humming.
Josh, that's Ave Maria.
شو عرفت شلون؟ لا مستحيل. ايش فيك؟ حبيت اللغز يعني، بي كرياتيفيتي كلش حلوة.
Wow, you really nailed that, Nico.
Yep, this mop really is pretty special. Leave this to me.
She looked deep in thought. Hey, Nico. How come your Ave Maria sounds so much better than mine?
Catholic upbringing.
اوكي خلينا نحكي على عاد. دوين.
Hi, Dwayne.
هاي جورج.
Hey, George. I made some potpourri. Well, I thought, but my woman.
لا شنو الفرق صار؟
Me? Pearl. She's. Wait, is Pearl's favorite?
ها؟ ايه.
What were you? No, it's Schubert's Ave Maria.
أله. هلا بنيكو. تن تن تن
What can you tell me about Santa Cova? Well, she knows.
شو ما صار زين؟ مو عزفنا أشياء.
Oh, excuse me.
طبعا الموسيقى تطلع بداية هيتمان 2 يمكن كانت. يلا حلوة. وش راح مع الجو همينة. شو اسوي لعد؟
Pearl. Shh. She doesn't want it. Hi, Dwayne.
مو سواكم فرقة
Hey,
سيمفونية صدق تحكي؟
She's still. What? No, it's.
ما أدري. ما أعرف شو أسوي. والله ما أعرف شو أسوي.
I made some Well, but my.
خطية ذي شي قاعد تعزف كل ساعة ولا يمكن كيفي. لازم هسه يمكن احكيها؟
Oh, excuse. There. Shh. She did. Hi, Dwayne. Hey.
لازم انتظر يمكن ما عندي غير حل.
Oh, excuse.
هاي الفتحة مفتوحة مو على مود بس منظر. فيها شيء نجمع ضوء برا تشيس واحطه. اي صدق خوش كره. مشكلة انه متى ناخذ؟
I needed a.
ايه
I didn't think.
ايه
I secured the mirror in place with some yarn.
ها هسه صعدها.
Trick?
اوكي يلا هاش العصيقة وهي ترى.
Now that was something.
اوه
The light from the candelabra spilled over the Black Madonna like waves of spiritual goodness in candle form.
يلا هسه نيكو اسف وياها.
Pearl. Shh. She did. Hi,
انت مو
Dwayne.
صوتك انت.
Hey, George.
والله مدللي. طيب
I
هاي.
made some potpourri for you. Well, but my.
وات شو اسوي بعد؟ او كمان نيكو شو قدرت تبدين؟
Yeah, Pearl needs me. There, dear.
يلا بالكيسة. خفر الشاي هنا.
That would have been. That wouldn't work.
مقام شوي رشة. شنو؟
They smelled exotic.
Exotic.
That would. It was a recess in the rock.
ها. Oh my god.
I put the supercharged potpourri in the mug.
يا باشا الخطوات ما تخلص.
Sniffing the potpourri reminded me of Henri. Boy, that felt like a long time ago.
شنو؟ What? حطها بالماي. وبعدين رحت اياها.
Pearl.
كم مرة حكينا
Hi,
وياها؟ 100,000 مرة.
Hey, George.
100,000 مرة صحتها.
She seems Ave Maria. The way
إيه؟
the light falls on the Madonna. Maybe
يلا.
this place isn't so bad after all.
I thought maybe a squirt of bread.
Very considerate of you,
مثبت الولد. اوكي بعد ما خلصنا اذا الماج لازم اجيبه.
There.
والله ليكو كلش مكيف على مهاراته. كل ساعة ضامن الوقت ناس طلعتها.
A mug of supercharged potpourri.
اي وبعدين شو راح اشيله؟ خليه بداخلها يعني؟
That wouldn't make it.
شو راح تيملعت فرحتني؟
That was. That. That. That.
ما شو اسوي؟ ما اعرف.
I lit the scented shavings. A sweet aroma started to fill the room.
اي الله يخليك. اي اخيرا اخيرا لا اصدق. يا قصة عنتر صارت.
What?
سحر شنو عذرا اسم.
The sound of angels. The
يلا
lights of
نيكو
heaven.
عشي بسرعة نيكو.
Well, the pie
نيكو
and
عشوي. نيكو نامت. ملت.
the Madonna. I do believe. Tears. She's crying, Dwayne. The Madonna's crying.
قصتك شلون الجو صار حلو. مع بشر بدهم يصدقون فد شي.
Little Timmy. Wrong side of the road. Not my fault. The broken leg. Compensation claim.
كل دعواته تريد تحقق هسه.
Forgive me, poor Timmy.
مين تمي؟
Pearl,
شلب
my
ماتهم؟
precious. You're such a sensitive soul.
Well, now that's done. I feel my soul's floating on air. We can get on with our pilgrimage, Dwayne.
Just another 1,000 clicks to go.
Pearl was back to her usual cheery self.
يلا بعد نسألها.
Dwayne looked much happier. Pearl was back to her usual. Hey, Dwayne!
George.
Hello, dear.
So, Pearl, what have you been up to since we last met?
Well, George, I've been on
وش
a
دايما
journey.
رحلة دايما مسافر.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, what
that's-
kind of journey?
A spiritual one. A journey along the road
شو
to
هو واحدة منهم؟
enlightenment.
أباك ابنها.
Wow. And is that what brought you here?
It is. Though Santa Cova is but one step on that road.
What's so special about Santa Cova?
It's an ancient and very holy place. I've spent the last year researching it, and I can truly say there is
نستدل.
nothing I do not
موضوع
know
فاني
about it.
السيجي.
I don't suppose you'd know anything about that rock out there?
No, only that for 1,000 years, people have claimed to see a face in its shapes.
هو وجه.
Still, keeping busy, Dwayne?
Like the man said, George, that old kaleidoscope keeps getting shaken. and the pieces are ever in flux.
Guess it's your job to pick 'em up, huh?
Well, somebody has to do it, compadre.
I enjoyed talking to Dwayne, but I was rarely any the wiser afterwards. Hey, Dwayne, take a sniff of this.
That takes me back to my frat house days.
I knew he wouldn't be in.
شو هي؟
So,
Which I
this
love.
ball of yarn, what do you think?
I think
Take a look at these papers.
That document has the Vatican seal
Aw.
on it.
تعرف
You
والله؟
better keep it safe, honey. I bet there's some people who would love to get their hands on it.
Oh, you have no idea. What do you make of this?
What do you make of it?
It
What did it say?
looks like an Ouroboros.
ها؟
Oh, you recognize it? Let me show you
تعرف
something
صح؟
else. Can you tell me anything about this painting?
Oh, nothing, dear. Apart from the obvious Gnostic
Aw.
connotations, of course.
What?
You know, the Dominicans. All those Gnostic saints. Doubting Thomas, Judas. And you see the woman in the red cloak? The infamous Mary Magdalene herself.
a lady in red.
That's enough now, Dwayne. You know my feelings about her.
Pearl knew her Gnostic onions, all right.
Then there's the Ouroboros, of course.
Something special about it?
Well, if I remember rightly, there was an Ouroboros right here in this chapel. Back in the 30s and 40s, a chapel was renovated. The workmen uncovered numerous symbols carved in the rock. Amongst them was a fine Ouroboros.
But that's amazing. So, where is it?
Oh, it's not there now.
Oh,
شو الفايدة؟
It was considered blasphemous, so they plastered over it. Sweetheart, I think it's time for us to go. The road to enlightenment waits for no woman.
'Tis the pilgrim's lot.
لحظة بعد عندي دار احكي
It
وياكم.
was so nice to see you again.
Same here.
And meet your
Take care.
girlfriend.
Take
We're
care
not-
وكرش.
Take this radio, Nico. Never know when you might need it. Keep an eye on our boy George here.
Poor little lost lamb.
I'm not.
Don't worry, this little lamb's in safe hands. Bon voyage.
Bye-bye, dears.
See
نفس
ya.
الجسم.
Nico, don't even start.
Little lamb?
Let's focus on the task in hand, shall we? Okay. This Ouroboros that Pearl mentioned.
You're right. We need to find it.
Nico,
شنو هسه؟
what do you think of this place?
If I were an estate agent, I'd say,
It's got potential.
right.
I found a statue over there. A black Madonna.
شنو يعني بلاك
Great.
مادونا؟
What did you find out about it?
يراد
That's all I got.
Well, it's not
Research.
a lot to go on.
Got any ideas?
Let's find the Ouroboros that Pearl mentioned.
What do you think of the incense?
That smells amazing.
I made it myself.
والله زين.
Ever considered a career change?
Hey, you're right. I could open a new age shop, sell incense burners and potpourri.
I was thinking more along the lines of a ye olde Georgie shoppy. Knitted sweaters, cloth caps, and shaving soap.
You sure know how to bring a guy's dreams crashing down, Nico.
خطية.
How come you're obvious?
God.
How do you like my lights, Nico?
They look heavenly, George.
ممكن اطلع ايه؟
We couldn't leave now. Not when we were so close to finding the tabula.
انا ما دا اطلع عند انا هسه ما دا اطلع هو ادور عليها.
The scent of incense was rising from the mug. Divine. The Black Madonna was clearly the focal point of the chapel. It was a recess in the rock with Puritas carved above it.
حصلنا تمشي.
It was a radio.
ما فتح شيء جديد. شو الدنيا يسوي؟
I couldn't see anything unusual about it.
حق سري.
I hoped this was the right thing to do. Hey, Nico, I found the Ouroboros.
نترك ذي على كيفك.
So what now?
Pearl was right. The plaster had covered an Ouroboros. A modern plaster altar had been built against the rock. I pushed the Ouroboros, but nothing happened.
التعقيد.
The medallion matched the Ouroboros in the wall.
يلا العد. خليها.
The medallion matched the Ouroboros in the wall.
ايش فيه؟ كسر بعد يعني؟
I'd already found the Ouroboros. There was no need to damage any more of the chapel.
شو سويت عاد؟ شنو
That wouldn't make... That wouldn't have... Hobbs had sketched the face he'd discovered in La Malediccio. I'm sure, like me, he thought it was a portrait of a person rather than a lump of rock.
ما ادري شو اسوي بعد. يعني شنو قصده انه هاي تود على هاي وبعدين ما يخليها. ليش ما يخليها؟ جورج معود.
The medallion matched the Ouroboros in the wall. I pulled the Ouroboros, but it wouldn't budge.
شو مدري شو اسوي؟ هاي اللوحة عليها.
I needed a better...
نحكي ويا نيكو. شوف شنو.
Hey, Nico.
أفكار.
Got any ideas?
If the... Maybe there's something else we need to do before...
سيرفيل ديتشي. مش كده مو طلعها.
A carving of a kneeling figure. It was carved from stone. I decided to exhaust my other options.
بس تو كسرت وحدة. هذاك كان مو حجر.
Lots and lots of candles.
جيب عيني جيب.
It was an ordinary candle in a colored glass.
Okay.
I pushed the Ouroboros. That wouldn't work.
هذا خو بعد ما اقدر انزل. المراية راحت علينا المراية. راحت
The
علينا.
clay candle was connected to the candelabra. That wasn't...
شمعة.
That was almost...
شو اسوي بالشمعة؟
Well, it seemed... That...
ها شعلها؟
I didn't want to set my pants on fire. Not a snow...
وين اخليها عاد؟ ها يلا. ايه ايه شعلها. شو راح اطلع لنا بالله؟
What was that noise? Ex igne puritas. Through fire, purity.
ها بس بقالة واحدة؟
I only had one match left. I had to make it count.
اوكي هو خلينا نشعلها نار.
That would be pointless.
هسه قال through fire purity. شو اسوي الآن؟
That
come on.
the candle was. I didn't want to waste my last match.
اكسر بتشاكوش يعني؟
That was. The candle was gently burning in the recess. The candle.
ها هسه ادفعها يعني؟
I knew it. Another secret passage.
قال ما يدوس انفتحت.
Amazing, George.
Thank you.
How did you do it?
Can I
Just another
say?
case of the old Stobart magic, I guess, Nico. It looks a little dark in there.
Are you scared, George?
Of course not. Just worried about you. That's all.
صحيح.
Whoa, this is one dark cave.
It's the door that worries me, George.
Well, I'm sure the door will open again if we give it a minute. No need to panic.
شنو؟
Now we panic.
يبو ماكو
I gotta
حد.
say, Nico, you're pretty calm about this.
Traveling with you, George, I've got used to this kind of thing. If I panicked every time a door shut behind us, probably forever, well...
You're right. What was I thinking? You see if you can get the door open, and I'll go check out the dark, evil-smelling cave.
يبو شو مبين؟
Fumbling around in the dark wasn't going to be fun. But heck, I'd spent a lifetime doing it, so what was new?
خلينا نسيف. شو السالفة؟ شو ما رأسا راح على القائمة. يس كذا نسبة والله. 80 يلا نمشي. ها ضرب عليك.
For a moment, I imagined falling forever in the dark. But it was just my imagination running wild. The floor was solid.
ايش كل اشياء اكو هنا؟
It was just my mind playing tricks in the dark.
تنزن شنو؟ imaginary malicious دنزن. شنو هاي؟ تحارب وياه.
There was one response I could rely on for things that go bump in the night. A hammer. I felt better instantly.
زين.
I had no
هذه
idea
تخيل
what
اشياء
the world
بالظلمة.
was.
يلا همين نضرب تشاكوش.
I threatened the imaginary thing with the hammer. I felt better instantly. I had defeated the imaginary hazards before me using only the power of my mind.
هلا
Ryan
وياب
had better
بعد
watch
ما
out.
يخاف. بعد ما يخاف من الظلمات. achievement همين.
The wall felt like it had something carved into it. The thing had branches like a tree.
شلون هيك؟ شو بدي اشوف؟ كل هاي بس كتابات قاعد تطلع لي.
I could feel something smooth and spherical with clumps of what felt like fur or hair.